Okay, now I'm officially recording. So those of you that just missed my 5-minute explanation of the cookie workshop, I will post some more information on the event, on this meeting event. So that I thought was I thought it was a good idea. I liked it because one, it's going to be for sure sales, and then you're showing additional products that they could possibly buy as well after the fact. So, I liked it a lot. All right, so if you are like me, I have went live with you guys, and I showed you kind of what I do as far as what's in my host packet, and how I do the Kit credit coupon, and how I always put the brochure in there, the business, the brochure about the business opportunity. Okay, so you guys get those in your kits. So in every host packet that I do, no matter what, I put an opportunity brochure, and then I put the Kit credit coupon. Okay, for those of you that did not see where the Kit credit coupon is, when I show you my screen in a little bit, I'll show you where that Kit credit coupon is. Because what that does is it brings up the conversation when I'm doing my host coaching call, because yes, I do a host coaching call with my virtual and my cooking. I just ask them when, if their party's starting on a Monday, then I'm going to probably do it the previous week at some point, when is it going to work for you? I'd like to touch base with you. That kind of thing. So I will reach out to them, and then I will send them the packet, and I will send them a text that says, I'm sending you a packet. Go ahead and open it up. Go ahead and open it up. And when we have our call, if you have any questions about it, then you can let me know. So that way they know, okay, when they get their packet, you're going to go ahead and they should have looked at it. Because then the last thing that I talk to them about, besides bookings, I tell them, that I'm going to give them something if they help me get 3 bookings from their party. Okay, so if they help me get 3 bookings, if they have 3 friends that they think would make great hosts, would like free products, and they book shows, that I'm going to give them, my host, something for free. Okay, and you guys can pick out, how big that item is. So I talked to them about that, and I tell them, that they're going to get a half price item from each of those parties that are booked as well. So it's really important to tell your host that too. Then the last thing that I talked to them about is I asked them, did you see that Kit credit coupon that is in your that came in your host packet? And hopefully, because you told them to look at it, they already looked at it, and they looked maybe at the brochure, and you just can have the simple question with them. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? And they may at that time say, no, I'm so busy, or no, I haven't, whatever the response is, I will just say, well, just watch me, during the party this week. And if it's something that you end up being interested, I would love to tell you more. Okay. So I just kind of leave it at that. So that is how I handle my host. That's my first conversation with my hosts. And then I'm watching through the parties. If they are doing a great job. I just had this conversation with one of my hosts today. She was amazing. And honestly, this is why you never prejudge, because honestly, with this host in particular, she had canceled on me 2 times on our cooking show. And I was thinking, if she is so busy, she's probably not going to be that engaged in our virtual party. She proved me wrong. She was amazing in her virtual party. And so she was commenting, she was tagging people, she was doing everything. And so I reached out to her a couple times and said, wow, you really would be really good at this. Her comments about how do you know the host and tell me something you love about the host, like they made me cry. Like she has some amazing friends. And so I told her, I said, holy cow, you have a support system that is amazing. Like you could start this and you would have so much support doing it. And so I told her today, I said, think about, using some of your free towards your kit. But I'd already had a couple of those conversations with her, so I'm just touching base. So with the host, I'm reaching out 4 or 5 times and I'm dropping those little hints. Okay. So I do a really good job at that. But what I want to ask you is, how good of a job do you do talking about it in your parties? Sure, you may post a couple graphics. Okay, but how else? What else are you doing that is making sure that the people in your parties know your why and why you joined Pampered Chef, not just, here's a few facts about the business. Okay. So one of the first things that I do in my parties, okay, once the party starts, and I have 2 days of pre-posts. So on the first day of the party, I go live. I go live in every one of my parties. I will show them physically if I have all the products. I shouldn't say if I have the products. I do have all the products. So if whatever is in the guest special for that month, I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to talk to them about it. I'm going to welcome them. I'm going to tell them a little bit about my story, why I started Pampered Chef 6.5 years ago, just a little bit about my journey through Pampered Chef and what it's done for my family. And then I'm going to tell them that there's 3 ways that they, 3 options that they have in the party this week. Okay. So the first one is they can just shop to their little heart's content. They can, purchase what they want. They can get their Christmas shopping done, whatever it is that they have their eye on, they can just purchase. Okay. If they realize after going through this party, wow, I have a lot on my wish list. There's a lot of things that I want. They can always host a party. My hosts get free. They get half off. They get 60% off items. So if you notice that your wish list is really long, you can always host a party. And by hosting a party, the host is actually going to be able to get a 50% off item from your party. And then the third way is to be a consultant. Join Pampered Chef and do this yourself. Get some free products. Get paid, for doing online parties or, cooking shows, and make a great income. Have some extra money for the holidays. So I'm basically telling them about those 3 options in my very first live video. Then at the very end, I pick a word to say. This last round of parties that I'm just finishing up was adjustable measuring spoons, because I talked about the adjustable measuring spoons on my video. So I held up the adjustable measuring spoons and I said, this is your secret word. If you've watched this video to the end, message me adjustable measuring spoons, and I'm going to add 20 tickets to the final drawing. So I know who actually watched that video because they're the ones that sent me adjustable measuring spoons. Okay. So I do that. And then I also do another video towards the end, wrapping it up, thanking my guests, letting them know about booking a party again. And then I am finishing up a little bit more about my why, because I kind of do it like I do a cooking show. So those of you that have seen my cooking shows, at the very beginning, I just introduce myself a little bit. I let them know how long I've been doing Pampered Chef. I let them know, that I used to be a teacher and then I quit teaching to stay home with my kiddos. And, I started doing Pampered Chef, but I just wanted an extra $500 at the beginning. And I did that my very first month. And so then I decided to see where this business could take me. And then I say to them, I'm going to let you know a little bit more about that towards the end of the party today. So I kind of look at my virtual parties in the same way. I start out telling them a little bit, and then I tell them that I tell them more at the end. So then I'm going to go live towards the end of the party and share with them what Pampered Chef has truly done for me. Okay, so that is what I'm doing in my live videos as far as how I'm getting the information out about becoming a consultant. But what I didn't realize, I had a call with Kathy Cocozella this week, and she shared with me some resources that I didn't even know existed. And so maybe some of you already know about these options, but I didn't. So I want to share these with you, and I want to share with you how you can use these in your parties to really touch base with people about the business opportunity. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my screen around. So I'm going to flip my screen, and then I'm going to show you guys the Pampered Chef website here. So bear with me just a minute. Okay. So you guys see my screen now. All right, so if you go, this is the home page, okay? So if you are on the home page, here's what you're going to see. Now, if you go over here to training and resources, and then I want you to go down to the marketing imagery because these are where our images are, okay? So marketing imagery. Then you're going to go down to social right here. You're going to click on social. Once you are on social, you're going to go down to where it says booking and recruiting. View collection, all about booking and recruiting. Okay, so here you're going to see lots of graphics in here. Okay, lots of really cute graphics, okay, that you can share about the business opportunity. Okay, but I want you guys to check out this one right here. See where it says support the household budget? Okay, I'm going to, you can actually play this. So if you download this to your computer and save it, when you post it, watch. It's actually a video. Okay, did you guys know about this? Okay, it talks about what kind of income that you can do. Okay, so it goes through just a little bit of supporting the household budget, what that looks like. Okay. Now this one here, more money for fun. So see if you hit the download button here, downloading it to your computer, then you can actually save it where you can share it. Okay, I'm just clicking on the eyeball right now to show you. Now this is the more money for fun. Okay. I'm going to go over each of these in just a second. 1 to 3 hours per week, $110 to $510 monthly average income, make your every day better, ask me how. Okay, and it just keeps running through those, okay? So all of these, now each one of these is different, okay? So this is a full-time income. This is someone with a big financial goal, okay? So it goes through like this one here. A full-time income with flexibility, 25 plus hours a week. 6, these are actual consultants that are making this. These are true statistics. Okay, so what this does is it just gives them a little bit more information. This graphic right here is what I want you guys to pay special close attention to, okay? So this is one that I'm gonna start posting on my parties, okay? And what you can do, you can post this and tell them to check it out. This is what's on the back of the opportunity brochure, okay? So you can post this and let them know that if they are interested in just more money for fun, this is 1 to 3 hours a week. The income that you are going to be making is about $110 to $510 a month. This is going to help you get things like nails, if you want to just pamper yourself with a massage, if you want to do a dinner out, help pay for kids' activities, shoes, you know, just any of those small extra things. They just want a little extra income. This is, that's what's going to be more money for fun. Okay. So if they want to support their household budget, this is going to look more like 3 to 6 hours a week. And your income is going to be $665 to around over $1,000, a little over $1,000 on monthly average. Okay. So with this, they can help pay a mortgage. Okay. They can help pay towards debt. They can pay a car payment, you know, so if they're looking just to pay a car payment, okay, then you can let them know this is kind of what it breaks down. Like I said, these numbers are actual real numbers. Okay. So when you see these numbers, they put all the kind of, all the people that are in this spot and they did an average, and this is what the average income is. Okay. Now, big financial goal. This could be people that want to pay for a wedding. They want to pay for a vacation. They want to start saving for retirement. They want to remodel their home. Okay. It's going to be more like 8 to 15 hours per week, and with income of $1,400 to $18,000 a month. Okay. So that's the low end to the high end of the spectrum, actual numbers of consultants that are making this kind of income. Okay. And then the last one is a full-time income with flexibility. Okay. So this one is great if you have aging parents and you need to have a job where you can stay home and you can help them. Or maybe you have a child with medical needs, or maybe you want to stay home with your kids. Or maybe you have your own health issues that keep you from having a job outside of the home. Okay. So 15 to 25 hours a week, income $6,800 to over $45,000 a month. Yes, that's a month. And yes, these are real numbers. Okay. So by using this, okay, it is going to help others see, this is how much I could work. This is how much I could make. These are the kind of things that I could do. Okay. When you break it down for someone and you really let them know what they could get in this business, okay, it truly is amazing. Okay. So I really encourage you to share this, like I said, which is on the opportunity brochure. Okay. And break it down. Break it down for people within your party. Okay. Because think about it. I'm going to stop share for just a second. Think about if someone would have shared those kind of numbers with you. You know, I mean, sometimes I feel like I have to be careful, you know, when I'm talking about my story, because people would think, oh, but I can't stay home with my kids, or my kids are older, or, you know, maybe they don't relate to me. So when I'm sharing about this opportunity, I am talking about a lot of you, because a lot of you still work full-time jobs. A lot of you, you know, have older children. A lot of you, you know, do this part-time. Some of you do it full-time. Some of, you know, do it as a hobby. You know, whatever you do with your Pampered Chef money, you know, it is different. But sometimes when we just tell them our story and don't share what other opportunities could be, they can't relate and see themselves doing this, if that makes sense. So that's why I like to share with them, you know, that we have people in our team that are retired, that we have people in our team that are in school paying for school. We have people in our team, you know, who have full-time jobs who actually do this very full-time with their full-time jobs, you know, so I give them all different, you know, scenarios so they can see themselves in this position. So with that graphic, I think that you can talk through it and share with them. You know, you can share the graphic and then you could go live the same day, you know, just referring back to that graphic and say, go check that graphic out, you know, with the amount of income, you know, that you can have as a possibility, and kind of break it down from that way. But the biggest thing is how are you sharing the opportunity within your parties, whether it is an in-home cooking show or it is a virtual party? Are you just posting the graphics? Are you reaching out to people individually when they ask questions on the Ask Me Anything post? Okay. Are you having them personally message you stuff within the party that makes you form a relationship with them? I have gotten to the point now where I just really try to look at virtual parties like I would my cooking show. I coach my host the same way. I want to be sure that I am developing a relationship with people in the party, because I had a couple people comment on my parties this week that just said, this was so much fun. You know, you did such a good job. And they've seen me do cooking shows. So it's sometimes different when I invite someone that's been to some of my cooking shows to my virtual party, because I'm always kind of like, okay, well, what are they going to think about the virtual party? And, they were the ones that were just like, this is just so much fun. We had a really good time doing this. And so that's always my goal, is to try to have a relationship within my parties like I would. Like they were sitting in front of me and I'm getting to know them. I'm asking them, how do they know the host? I'm asking them if they've been to a Pampered Chef party before. I'm asking them what products they have. Are they enjoying themselves? So developing that relationship. So then when it comes to booking a party, I already have a conversation. Some of the people that, Hudson, would you quit? He's scratching his crate. When it comes to, asking them questions about booking and recruiting, I've already started conversations with them earlier in the week. And so it's much easier just to pick up, because I'm not just personally messaging them out of the blue where they can't see my message, because they messaged me first with answers to a game, or at the end of my live, whatever my secret word was. And so that's really key to developing a relationship, because if you develop a relationship, then they're going to trust you when you post things about the business. They're going to want to ask you questions because you've already developed a relationship with them. So, I really am going to start doing this more. I didn't know a few of those graphics were in there, or really how to present them in a way, but when I saw those real numbers, broken down of what will work for different people, they can pick, okay, how many hours could I work my business a week? What kind of income do I want? Well, that's the amount of hours, that's probably going to take to do that. Okay. So you guys have some of those real numbers in front of you. All right. So I'm going to open up for questions and see if anyone has any questions about anything that I have talked about so far. So I'm going to unmute you guys for a second.
You had mentioned earlier about 50% off of something if is the host buy something from someone who booked a party off of her?
Correct. So it's called the Future Party Pick. And anyone that books a party from their party, so the host, that host gets a 50% off item from their friend's party. So I will even say that in my live video, if any of you do decide that you'd like to book a party, Susie Q is going to get a 50% off item from your party. So she doesn't have to do all of her spending right now. She can spread it out a little bit. So that's called a Future Party Pick. And then when their friends have their party and it reaches 200, then it recognizes them by their email. And when you put in their email, it'll say past host, PH in parentheses, which is past host. And then you go down and click on them and it says Future Party Pick. And then you just enter in which item they'd like at 50% off.
Okay. So it's not something I have to keep up with, and the computer will keep up with that.
Correct. The computer will recognize them by their email. It will recognize that they're a past host.
Okay.
And so when you enter that person's name and email, it's going to pop up past host. Once that party gets to 200, then you'll see kind of like where the host rewards are, that section. It'll just say Future Party Pick. You click on it and then either put in the item number or the name of the item they'd like at 50% off.
I'm on my 11th party, and I don't guess I ever knew that, or I didn't read it or see it or whatever.
Yep.
You also have to realize that if you have more than one past host in your party, more than one person can see that Future Party Pick. Like right now, one of the parties that I'm in, I have 5 past hosts. But only one person can get that Future Party Pick, but they can all 5 see the link to click it. So if you have more than one past host in your party, you have to make it very clear who gets that Future Party Pick.
Yeah.
Because they can't all have it.
We had to do it on our side.
I was gonna say I didn't think they showed up either. I thought it was only on our side. I always have to enter my future party pics.
Yeah, because my past hosts, they're like, how do I get it? And I said, well, I have to do it on my end. And they can submit their order, and then I'll adjust it. That's how I do it. So
Yeah, they all know, like you tell them all if they've booked that, you'll get a 50% off. But if you have 5 people that have booked, they can't all 5 get the 50%.
Right. Correct. Yeah, you are correct. They can't get that. But I don't. I know to my knowledge, unless something has changed, they can't click on it and add a 50% off item. Us as consultants have to be the one to actually do the adding of it. But yes, you're right, Crystal. They do know that the future party pick does exist. Yes. Because in the party that I'm doing right now, I've had them all ask me if they get the past party pick. You're like, did the person book from you?
Yeah.
It's my party. It's the one that I did for the 7 days of deals.
Oh. Why would they think they got that?
I don't know, but they've all said, well, we've booked before and it says PH,
Right. It says PH. Yeah. Because they're past host. Yep.
Because that's good for how many, like 6 months after, right? After they host?
Well, it's honestly, it's going to pull up a PH beside them for a year.
Okay.
Now, Pampered Chef says they would like for them to do their party within 6 months.
Right.
And they want you to tell them that basically, so you're not booking a year out party. That's kind of a way to say, well, you only get your, but in all fairness, they really, that PH is going to pop up next to their name for 12 months while they're getting that 10% off discount, know. So. But yes, you can have more than one past host in a party that's going to say PH. I have like 3 in one of my parties right now. But only one of them did the person actually book from. She's the one that's going to get the 50% off.
Well, I told a person and told him that my husband was getting it because none of the parties that booked from him ever qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And the other past host had other qualifying parties.
Yeah, so she got some.
Oh,
and one thing to know when you are doing that future party pick, I get this asked all the time. How do we enter the future party pick? Why is it not pulled up? Well, it will not pull up until that party's at 200. So if I'm at a cooking show and my past host is the very first one checking out, I can't add that future party pick until other people's orders have gotten in there first. So the same thing, with virtual parties. If that party's not at 200 yet, you're not going to be able to put in that discount yet. It has to be at 200. For now, there's some changes coming, guys. Some changes coming. So I won't go into the changes until they're actually in effect, though. But do know that there are things that are going to be changing as far as parties that have not qualified and past hosts not getting their future party pick if a party doesn't qualify. There's some things that are going to be changing. Good things, really good things. So we'll go more into that once they're actually in effect. But do know that some good things are coming that were told to me about a week ago. So any other questions about any of this? What do you guys think, because you guys were muted at the time, what do you guys think about the cookie exchange? Is that something that any of you would be interested in doing?
I think my house is not big enough.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to do. I just don't know that I want to invite all those people to my house. I would rather do it somewhere else.
You could do it somewhere else. You wouldn't necessarily have to do it at your house.
Yeah, it would just be a matter of finding somewhere. And
yeah.
I think it would be fun for us to do, like just something fun. I think would be fun, like at our next party or something.
At our next meeting. Well, that is where Amanda said that she showed everyone the different techniques and everything is because they did one. So if you guys would want to, I'm all down for a cookie exchange at our next meeting. Like we sign up for a type of ball. Everyone brings the cookie dough, cookie dough balls, and we do like an exchange with the cookie doughs. I think that would be fun. And then maybe I could show you guys a couple of the techniques that they were talking about.
That'd be fun.
But I can't be there.
Who was that?
Gina,
you.
Gina, I'll mail you some.
She'll ship you some.
I think it's a good idea.
I think you should drive down and actually stay the night. That drive is too far for you back at like 10 o'clock at night.
I got home at 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a rock star.
Yeah, I didn't go to work the next day.
Oh, I wouldn't have either. I'd be yeah. I would have
We
asked.
just tell them once a month, one Monday a month.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sean said that I can't afford to go down there, business expense or not. But you can't afford to do this every month.
Why not?
We'll take up a donation for you. A gas donation.
Well, then wait. Do I get a gas donation too? Because I live all the way in Louisiana.
Sure, girl.
Cool.
Cool. Come on down.
Where do you live?
Louisiana?
No, no.
Big gap.
Oklahoma. In the Tulsa, Oklahoma area.
Oh, okay.
We
Is
have
that where y'all are at in Tulsa?
what?
That's 5 hours away from me.
It's doable, girl. Come
I
on.
got a bunch of family in Tulsa area.
Come on down to our Christmas
Oklahoma
one.
City, man.
December 2nd, just so you guys know, heads up. December 2nd is our kind of what will be our holiday Christmas team meeting kind of thing. And so we will talk about the trip because by then they will have out. We already know that it's to Disney World. We know we're earning Disney World a family trip this next year.
Yes, buddy.
But what we don't know is like points and how to get there. We'll find out how to get to Disney World. Okay. So we're going to be talking about that. And we always do a Dirty Santa with office supplies. And I tell you, these women will fight over those Sharpies. Crazy. So, we will do that. But anyone that is coming, be sure that you let us know because there will be some special things that we're going to be doing that we need an actual count for. So, but yeah, December 2nd, 5 o'clock. I will have just been coming back from Kansas City that day because we're going to Great Wolf Lodge in Kansas City for my daughter's birthday on the 1st.
Oh, that's Sunday.
So that should be fun. But yeah, so mark your calendars, December 2nd. That will be when our next live in-person team meeting is. So was that information helpful with the some of those graphics and what you should be sharing in your parties?
Very.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're at 9 recruits for the month, and our goal is 40. Okay, so we have a lot to catch up in the next week and a half. So everyone you're having Thanksgiving dinner with, take your Pampered Chef dishes, recruit all of your family members and friends. But also we'll have an opportunity event on Sunday. Okay, so if you do have anyone that is interested, be sure to add them to the opportunity event so they can get more information about the business. But honestly, guys, if you are sharing with every single host that you have, like I talked about at the beginning, and then someone's dying in Jenna's house. And then if you are also talking throughout the parties, kind of those tips, going live, things that I was sharing. Okay, if you're doing those things, guys, I mean, you're gonna start having recruits. Okay, you're gonna start having people that are interested in the business. And if you have people asking you questions, screenshot it, send it to your upline director, and say, "What do I say back to this person?" Screenshot it. Okay, if someone says, even if they say on the Ask Me Anything post, and you don't know what to say back to them when they ask a question, screenshot it and send it to your upline. Okay. If you just need those words and you're like, I don't know what to say to these people. I haven't been in the business that long. Okay. My first recruit joined my very first month. I had no idea what I was doing. Zero. Okay. So, but that doesn't mean that I didn't not tell her about it. Okay. So, just be sure that you are sharing and you're not holding back this opportunity from others, and just out of fear, because you never know who in your parties or who you run into that could really use this business. And don't prejudge. Okay? Because I've shared some stories about different people who you would never thought could use the extra money, or and maybe it's not about money, guys. It's not always about money. Sometimes people just need an outlet. Sometimes people need, a group of, individuals that are going to support them. Okay, so it's not always just about money. So be sure to keep that in mind as well. All right, ladies, it's been about an hour.
Can I ask a question real quick?
You can. You have 3 minutes.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
So I've been talking back and forth a little bit with you about somebody who is already a consultant.
Yes.
It's sounding like she's probably not wanting to take 6 months off. If she just re-signs with a new email address and buys a kit, she can just sign under me and be part of our group, correct?
You mean if she
uses a new email address and buys a new kit?
It goes by a social, but it will recognize her social security number.
Oh, so she has to take 6 months off.
Unless she has a spouse or something sign up. Does she have a spouse that would like to be on her team?
No, but maybe her mother.
Yeah. That's, and I hate telling anyone to take 6 months, off too, because that's not, but if she's just really wanting to be under you on our, then, that there are other ways, but it will recognize her by her social. So that's the thing. She can't really.
And she's quitting her second job. Her last day is the 26th of this month. And she's getting zero. She sent me copies of messages between her and, some of her upline, and she's getting nothing.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's really sad. So, see if her mom, someone that would obviously be able to give her products, because, anything that she gets, it's going to be coming to. But now, honestly, you can have people that live in the same house, like Crystal, and, there's people that sign up. They used to, when I first started, your spouse could not sign up. It was not an option. Now it's an option. So she could even put her mom's name, information and stuff, and put her address.
Well, they do live together.
Oh, well then perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. That's if she's just not wanting to take 6 months off, but wanting to continue on someone else's team, I guess that's a way around it.
Okay.
Because otherwise she would just have to be inactive for 6 months and fall off and then re-sign back up. So.
Hey, Melody, I'm going to have to get off of here. My phone's about to die. You've been really great. You've given me a lot to think about. Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks.
You too.
You too. Okay, I'm going to stop recording, and then I'll let you guys ask me anything else. Bye, everybody.